Hello, I'm Alexander Ostrianin, and I am ICC Ukraine's Vice President for Regional Investments. You will have heard from my colleagues, Svitlana, who has explained the scope of reconstruction that is required, and Ilya, who has explained the amounts of financing required and where this will be sourced. In this presentation, I will of course touch on aspects covered by my colleagues, but the emphasis is on how finance can be accessed through the DREAM platform and what communities and companies can work together to best ensure that their project receives approval and financing. The more that communities can develop their project requirements and partner with businesses, the more they will be able to accelerate Ukraine's recovery. It is worth remembering that authorized public sector entities are the only entities that can initiate projects within DREAM. Also, by law, all requests for project financed under the Rebuild Ukraine program have to be presented through DREAM. About 3/4 of these projects focus on rebuilding existing infrastructure, while 1/5 are new construction and the rest involve goods or equipment. Projects are usually initiated by city councils with appointed coordinators in economic or development departments. Users appreciate DREAM for its transparency and standardization, though they note challenges such as frequent updates and the need to inform residents more effectively. To understand the issues that DREAM raises, it is helpful to look at the life cycle of a project and its approval procedures. Here you can see that to obtain funding, communities have to follow a structured life cycle. It begins with documenting damage and assessing needs. Next, public hearings and planning help to prioritize projects. Then comes detailed preparation and the creation of a project profile. Approved projects enter the project bank, which investors and donors can view. Procurement is conducted through Prozoro, and finally projects are implemented and audited. It is important to note that funding usually requires communal ownership. This means at least 23% co-financing. It is also necessary to provide complete design documentation, with an 18-month implementation horizon and show alignment with local strategies. Failure to satisfy these requirements will mean that the project will not receive approval and finance. As can be imagined, the completion of this documentation often requires professional support. This is where businesses can help. On the next slide, I will explain how companies can support applications. Businesses have multiple ways to help communities. Using the ICC Ukraine portal, they can browse the project bank to identify opportunities matching their expertise. They can then offer to partner with local authorities to draft feasibility studies and cost estimates, provide co-financing or in-kind support, and contribute engineering and design solutions. Companies can also help organize public hearings, lend credibility during consultations, and use their networks to attract additional investors. DREAM makes this easier by offering standard templates, step-by-step guidance, modules for public engagement, and a transparent project bank that builds investor trust. On the next slide, I'll explain DREAM's key features, which help in the preparation of a successful proposal. Key features supporting communities' proposals. DREAM's standard design templates simplify preparation. The more often you prepare, the easier it becomes. DREAM's online procedures provide step-by-step guidance and automated checks. Public hearings and monitoring modules help to instill confidence in and raise support for the proposed project. The project bank accessible to investors and donors, making it easier for finance to be allocated to valid and validated projects. DREAM's open data builds investor and public trust. On my next slide, I will make my suggestions for companies to better participate in DREAM projects. Beyond simply responding to tenders, companies should engage early in the planning process and align their budgets and timelines with community needs. Again, the ICC Ukraine portal provides an excellent analytical tool to find projects of interest at an early stage. Coordinated supply chains and shared technology or know-how can prevent bottlenecks. Better preparation means fewer problems in project implementation. Again, the portal's support and business matching services can help in ensuring that relevant relationships are in place at a suitably early stage. Transparent communications and respect for environmental and social safeguards build trust with funders and local residents. Make sure that you have relevant policies and processes in place. When both sides collaborate closely, projects receive faster approvals, achieve higher quality outcomes, inspire investor confidence, and support long-term sustainability. On the next slide, I'll quickly run through my conclusions and suggestions for your next steps for both communities and businesses. In conclusion, successful project promotion depends on thorough preparation and partnership. Communities should continue documenting damage, developing proposals that align with regional and national strategies, and involving stakeholders at every stage. Businesses should proactively seek out projects, offer expertise and co-financing, and help communities navigate financing tools like DREAM and Prozoro. Working together, we can shorten approval times, mobilize funding, and deliver meaningful results for Ukraine's recovery. Thank you for your attention. I hope that you have found this short presentation interesting and useful. I am Alexander Ostrianin, and if I can be of any help, please contact by email.